Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 0 to 60. We're back in my 335.
If you saw last week's episode, you'll know that we didn't quite break it into the 4-second barrier. This time, he has done a few more modifications.
The car feels a lot stronger.
Please hit that like button.
And make sure you're subscribed to see what this car can really do.
Let's get into it.
It's definitely...
Well, it does feel a bit more livelier, I'll give you that.
It feels insane, doesn't it? Okay, so yeah, since the last video, hopefully you've seen the last one where we were running the race flash, the only thing I've changed this time is the back end flash and the ethanol content. So I've gone from the race back end flash to the E85 back end flash.
And just to clarify, what does that actually change?
With the JB4, a bit like MHD, you can get off-the-shelf tunes. The way that JB4 do them, they basically have different fuels for different fuel qualities. Yeah, and obviously if you've got a better fuel, you can run a more advanced timing. I think the torque load requests and all those sort of things in the maps are different as well, but it's basically just more power, the same amount of boost. However, because I've gone to the E60 and I'm now running the E85 flash, I'm also going to try map 7 on the JB4. So initially last week, the best run we were doing were in map 2, where it was targeting 17 PSI. Map 7 targets 19.5. So we're going to get a bit more boost. That is only going to be in second gear, because I've still got boost limiting in first.
Okay, so ultimately you're now running the most aggressive, most powerful, advanced map that you can run.
With the JB4, as an off-the-shelf tune.
Without going to a fully custom dyno tune.
Correct.
And also going to up the boost by 2 PSI.
Yes.
That's why it feels different. It feels so much harder even before it gets onto full boost, but it also actually feels like it's getting onto boost quicker.
I'd like to ask the question, because I'm not a tuner, and I wonder if that's because it's got more aggressive timing, it loads the turbos up quicker or something?
Which it can do because it's on a higher percentage of E85.
The whole car feels way more lively with this map, even compared to the race flash, let alone the pump.
It does. If you haven't been following this car, and it does have a lot of other bolt-ons, but all the standard stuff, if you want to check it out, yeah, just watch the older videos.
It still owes me around the 15,000 Aussie dollars, which is, it's not an expensive car, and I'm hoping we can get into the 4s. That's my goal with this level of
That's your plan today. We still haven't got to diffs or tyres or anything. I reckon it's going to be a big ass. I think so. But there's one way to find out.
Let's go and do it.
Let's do it.
See you in a second, guys. Okay, so first test, we are on E60 fuel. This is the E85 back-end flash. JB4's on map 5. I'm going to do what I know works in this car, which is stall it to about I'm going to go 1250 RPM. We'll see what it does.
What's that limiter?
That was the limiter. I was in auto shifting and I manually shifted. So as it shifted to second, I fucked that up. Anyway, what time to do?
5.05.
Fastest so far, not a great start. Let's try another one. I'm going to not touch the shifter this time.
Let's do it then.
Traction's off. Okay. Ready to go?
We good?
What did it do? Do we get the 4s?
So close.
Oh, fuck.
Like closer, it's 5.03. It's hooking up. There's it doesn't feel like there's much wheel spin.
No, there's no wheel spin. I'm going to go higher stall. That is weird. It would wheel spin more than that on the other flash.
How bizarre.
Okay.
Like it feels so much quicker, but it's not wheel spinning as much. Okay, we are good whenever you are.
That's not. get? What do we get?
It's wigged out. It
Oh.
hasn't- nothing recorded.
Minor,
The hell V-Box.
minor technical difficulties. You know what? I'm going to go straight to map 7.
More power.
Yeah. I'm going more power, baby. Okay. I just want to get the 4s. I need to get into the 4s before we start doing tyres and stuff.
Well, with those, it's not blazing them, so...
You ready?
Yep.
Map 7 feels so much stronger. Whew. That's map 7, guys, which is about 19 psi in second gear. Don't forget, I've still got boost limiting on first gear. What did we do? What did we do? If that wasn't 4 seconds. I'm
Holy
cry.
shit. So stock, 6.7 seconds for this thing.
That's factory. That's the factory stock time. Which, from our testing, we've not had a car that's been within a second of its factory time. Well, you got another person that we haven't, have we? Oh, apart from the A45. That's about half a second off.
And the M2, but that was not standard.
No, that was tuned.
However, this car, which has not cost
fucking
as much,
tell me.
has not cost as much as the wheels on that M2, just shaved 2 seconds off.
So do 4.6.
4.7.
Fuck yes! Oh, that's what I wanted.
4.75 real world, and the 0 to 95 k's, which is a lot closer to the 0 to 60 miles an hour, which I know a lot of our viewers in England actually do use a 0 to 60 rather than 0 to 62. Is 4.4.
4.4, 0 to 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. Sorry. 0 to 95 k's.
Oh, 0 to 95, which is close.
Yeah.
I guess that's because it shifts. Well, that is awesome. I'm so stoked. We've finally done it.
0.75. Well, what do we do now? Do we try and go quicker? I don't...
Well, look, let's get the cameras off. I'm happy with the car. The power's insane. I'm happy with the car. We'll get the cameras off. I'm going to talk about a few things in the intro.
Someone's happy.
We did it. Oh man, I was last week. I thought we were going to get there last week, and I was starting to doubt things. And I thought, if we go any more power, are the tyres going to be no good to get into the 4s? We've done nearly 70 cars on this format with a couple of guys in the car, and you time them on a road, and it's really hard to get sub 5s. In fact, that's beaten the A45 with all-wheel drive.
That's insane, and especially after last week where it was already starting to get a fair bit of wheel spin, I thought more power and more boost and everything is going to equal more wheel spin and not necessarily shave that 0 to 100 time. But it did.
My budget Beamer is getting quick.
It actually seemed to hook up pretty well off the dig, didn't it?
It's getting to the point now. I noticed a couple of guys mentioned in the previous videos that I'm not launching it very hard, but if you launch it at much higher RPM, the tyres break loose, and then it's all over.
And then as the boost builds up, it just fries the tyres.
So yeah, I'm launching super gently, and it's purely just to get the power down without breaking loose. And obviously I could stall it up to probably $2,000 and do a full boost launch, but it's a much slower time.
It's a skid.
It's just a skid.
But I am surprised. Now that you've achieved that without changing, still with these cheap tyres, no LSD. I mean, that M2 time.
It's not far away all of a sudden. So if you've been following this from the start, something I wanted to try and achieve with this budget car is see if I could beat the M2 that we timed at the start of the year, which was basically a brand new car, but with Boot Mod 3, Stage 1 tune, Aquapovic exhaust. It's a $100,000 car. See if I could beat it with my $20,000 budget.
And just a bit like their power-wise, it's probably not that much different to this, but the mechanical grip of that car is phenomenal.
Yes.
That's how it was able to achieve such a quick 0 to 100 time, which to clarify how quick that is, it is quicker than an all-wheel drive A45 AMG with launch control.
On a road, that's insane.
Yeah.
I think this has got to be making more power than that M2. I haven't had this on a dyno or anything, guys. It has to be making more power than the M2.
It does, even just those roll-ons, but it's hooking up. That's what it's impressive. If you have a 335, it is worth running E60 and that back end flash.
Yeah, a lot of guys have recommended MHD. I haven't tried MHD. I've rolled with the JB4 because it's what this car come with. But I'm still tempted to try an MHD tune just to see what it's like. But aside from that, I think we're nearing the limits of the power. I don't know what to do next.
Well, I was going to say, although it's vicious during those runs, it still feels a little bit hesitant on the first and second shift, and then second to third as well.
The shifts. Yeah.
Which you have got the XHP tune on the gearbox, haven't you?
This is XHP tune, definitely.
And you've got the most aggressive...
It's stage 3, so it's as aggressive as you can make these gearboxes. A lot of people in the last video said I should get the XHP. Obviously, they didn't realise I've already got it. I don't know why it does the slow shifts, and it pulls power on the shifts. I can feel the car. It's like I let off. I don't know what's going on. All the videos I've watched XHP, the shifts are snappy. This one's not. So I have serviced the gearbox, and to be honest, the gearbox feels perfect if you drive this car normally. It's only when you do a wide open throttle shift that it feels a bit laggy. I'm thinking, I haven't done the solenoids. I might get a set of new solenoids and put them in, and see if that helps the shift time.
Okay.
And I think once we've done that, we need to work out whether we want to chase any more power, or if it's time to start getting more traction and then more aggressive launches.
All right, well that'll be interesting. If those solenoids are an issue, and if it does make the shifts even quicker, if it can hold power a bit quicker and bring the power back on faster, will that make it even quicker again?
I think so, because this feels like a fast manual shift at the moment.
Yeah.
Where the XHP should be shifting faster than a manual shift.
True. Well, all right. What if you do the gearbox, and then do another 0 to 60 without any more power or any more mods or any? Because that'll be if just servicing your gearbox, like a big service, changing those solenoids makes it quicker. Everyone should do it.
Yes. All right. I think we're going to leave it there. Guys, let us know what you think of that. If you're as happy as I am with my 4.7 on my $15,000 budget Beamer.
It is insane.
It's insane. This is a bit of a weapon.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next one.
We're going to beat that in too.